Today I will be building a theme park in a straight line. I have given myself a 5 wide space so I can actually place some rides, and we will be building a theme park all the way until the end, and I'm not allowed to go over the red line. Every theme park of course starts with an entrance, so let's make a very simple one. We will make 2 towers and then we will create a nice arch over the entrance. The last thing we need is a sign with the text welcome. There we go, that's the entrance. After that we are going to be placing some path into of course the park. Let's actually make that very wide, and we need to make sure we place trash cans, place some trees with I guess a few stalls as a main street, got some fries, some ice cream and some pizza. Alright, well there we got our entrance and our very small main street, and I think now it's time for our first ride, and I think we should start small, so let's start just with the teacups, and I think we can maybe just place it actually in the middle and make the path go around it. So we'll place the entrance in the front. I don't think this needs a big queue, so maybe that is just enough. I think that looks nice, and then we can of course fill in the empty spaces with some bushes. Now I do hate how this looks, so let's actually detail this a little bit. And that is the teacups ride finish. I actually think this looks quite nice. And now that we have actually a ride and some stalls, I think we can open the straight line theme park. So let's see, Philip, are you going to enter? Yes, this is our first guest to our very long theme park. After this small family ride, I think we should actually place our first roller coaster, and not too big, just a small family roller coaster. So I think the junior coaster is probably just going to work the best, but we can choose out of a fun skin. Maybe we're going to make it like a dragon. I think that can be very cool. Now I'm not sure how I'm going to fit this in a 5 wide space, which will be a big challenge since I still have to make the path go maybe under it or over it. That's the station, and we'll have to definitely go over the path. So if we do this sideways and then go down, I hope we're now able to go over here, and then I have to maybe add this very sharp turn. I don't even think this is going to fit. Okay, I think we stay in the line right now. That's good. Then we want of course an S-band to the other side, so let's make this a little wider. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, I like that. I might just go under the ground, so I might just do this and then all the way under here. That's terrible. Let me fix that. Okay, let's then remove some of this terrain, and then straight from here we will have to go up. I hope this is high enough, otherwise I might have to use the other staircase. So if we do like this and then just straight go down again, I think this works. Then I need to somehow connect these paths. How am I going to do this? I think this is again going to have a very short queue, but I think that works, and yeah, you fit under here. Just don't put up your hands since you will probably lose them then. And then let's actually have a ride in this amazing roller coaster. It's a very very short train, and I'm looking actually at it, but I don't think we need longer for this part. And yeah, let's do of course epic mode, very cinematic this. Well, yeah. It's actually not too bad for what it is, but yeah, it cannot make it that much longer. And then into the station. It is a very short roller coaster, but I guess it works. Now the last thing I'm probably going to do is just add some little bit of decoration, actually make this whole look a little bit better since this is terrible. So I got some grass, and I'm literally just going to like place it like this, just so it's a little bit less edgy. Edgy? No, not edgy. No. So it's a little bit less like blocky and just harsh on the edges, I guess. And if we then just start to add some very simple bushes under here, I think this looks not too bad. I am going to add actually a bridge. Yes, we're just going to add some very simple supports to this. I cannot go too crazy since of course the coaster train is going under here, so I will have to see how much fits actually. And the last pieces, and there we go. That's our very nice looking bridge over this. Actually, I'm pretty happy with that. So we can open this roller coaster, and I think we should maybe place like a few more stalls here. So let's like a popcorn stall and maybe like some hamburgers. And then we are going to continue with the path probably through here. I'm not sure what's going to do here, but in here we can maybe place another ride. Does this? Ooh, I think actually guys, this one, yeah, this one doesn't fit, but the old drop tower actually fits very perfectly in here. So let's just already open that ride. I'm very happy with that, and I need to make sure I don't forget to place any of the trash cans since that would not be great. And maybe we can add like a little picnic area here. I think we're still missing that. So if we just add like a line around this, so it's more like a, yeah, like a picnic area. I'm still missing actually 2 things. Is a station for the roller coaster and a station for the drop tower, or actually some decoration. So I will do that and we'll be right back. Now that we got those 2 stations, we are going to continue with the theme park. And now that we built actually a roller coaster, 2 rides, I think it's time for a water ride. And I'm not sure how I'm going to be doing that. So we can of course choose from a few water rides. We actually got this mini river rapids, and since we're building quite a mini theme park, I think this one might be able to be actually, yeah, fit in here. And this one is able to get some very sharp turns, so I think this should be able to be done. So I think we're just going to actually start with a chain lift, not too high. I think this is probably high enough. So let's place actually some wave pieces here and then create this turn. And then we will have the drop. I think that's good here. There we go. Now the only problem that I just found out is that I should have moved this over once, since how am I going to do the Q? Now that's not going to fit, is it, Timer? No, that's also not fit. Okay, I'm going to try and make this work. Okay, I'm just going to connect it like this for now, and then probably just add a bridge over this again. So we'll have the path go here, and then I somehow need to make a bridge go over here and connect it. Problem for later, Timon. Sync error. Please reopen all menus. What is that error? Okay, well, and let's actually test it once. So yeah, we go up the chain lift. Then the track gets, of course, a little bit wider, and we have some of these wave pieces. And then we got the big and only drop of this river rapids, and that actually seems pretty good. And into some final wave piece where we're actually going quite quickly through, and that's the end. So let's connect that to the path, and there we go. The river rapids is now open, and let's just make a very quick simple station just like the other ones. We will make this one out of bricks, since why not? That's the sort of castle thingy for this. And I think we're even going to sort of theme this bridge to like a stone bridge. Yeah, this is definitely one of my best creations ever. Oh no. We will just try to hide it with a few stalls. There we go, and it actually seems to be pretty busy already, right? So that's looking good. And I think we are actually already halfway the straight line with this. So we still have quite some space to fill up, but I have a good idea for that. But before we can do that, I think this here is again a very nice place for a ride. And I was looking at placing this one with like the spiral slide. I'm inside the tower. How do I, what am I doing? Help, help. Yeah, let's place that. And I think, oh, that's actually very cool. So you can slide down and just see the people like in the ride. And I think there is enough room indeed to continue the path just all around here. I know it removes some of the supports, but do we care? No. I am forgetting trash cans. Now I need to do the helicopter. Helicopter, helicopter. So there we go. Now the first part of the theme park is finished. It's more like for the children and just it's not too intense. But I think it's now time for the big roller coaster of this park, which is going to have some inversions and a lot more intense. We have to think, what roller coaster are we going to use? And there's quite a lot of roller coasters. We can maybe choose the multi-lounge or the extreme lounge, but I think it's probably the smartest to choose the most thin roller coaster, which is the single rail coaster. We'll make a short station, not too long, and then we will of course go up with a chain lift. And this is going to be quite a high roller coaster. I think this is probably, yeah, high enough. So compared to the rest of the park, it's a lot bigger indeed. And then we are going to add a very steep drop, probably even more than 90 degrees like that. Ooh, I like that. Now I'm seeing the supports are going over the line, but to be fair, I cannot really do anything about that since that's just theme park 2, but I might delete them later on. And I think for the first inversion, we might just do like a 0G stall. So we're going to add some pivot offset and just rotate it. And then we will go down to about here. Try to make this 180 degrees. There we go. Okay, and before we build any more, let's actually, well, test the roller coaster. Let's go, of course, in a nice POV modus. So yeah, of course, more than 90 degrees, we have this drop going all the way down. And then we have this sort of 0G stall, which I think that's actually pretty decent. So as you can see, we are actually already nearing the end of the park right now. So we will have to sort of turn back in a little bit. And so I actually maybe have an idea for that. So what if we had like a big airtime hill here, and then we're just going to go in like a Immelman. I think an Immelman like this. I know I still have a little bit of room, but we will see what I'm going to do with that later. I need to make sure I don't go too high, otherwise the roller coaster, of course, doesn't make it. And then we rotate this, go a little bit to the side, and add a lot of like hard line to this. There we go. I don't know if that's going to be smooth, but it does look very cool. Now I need to, of course, keep in mind the path is probably going to be somewhere here, and I might want to place still some rides. Before I actually finish that layout, let's do another POV. Already seen this drop and the first part of the roller coaster, but I think that's quite nice. You hang a little bit upside down here. So then we have this airtime hill. That's pretty good actually. And then we have this turn, which I actually like. I think you hopefully have some airtime there. And we have this like 80-degree turn, and I am so far actually really happy with how this is turning out. So I have to sort of come from this point here all the way back to here. So I'm probably just going to just end this coaster off with some airtime hills. I think that can be quite nice. So it's like a double down, and then I guess we can sort of try to connect it like this, and then boop, seems fine. I think you're going to go way too quick at the end, so I might have to change some of the operations. What if we just straight go down? Do you have enough room to walk under here? To be fair, I can fit under it, so the guests can too. Okay, let's do a final POV of this roller coaster. So once we are at the top of the roller coaster, we have this beyond vertical drop that looks very nice, and then we go into the 0G stall, which you go quite slow through, but I think that's quite nice. Then we have this airtime hill into this Immelman with like a weird airtime hill thingy. Not sure what it is, but it works. Then we got this sort of like very sharp turn. And then it's just into some final airtime hills, and then we go into the brakes, which are probably not strong enough. Not really. So I'm going to increase that, but I think for the rest the coaster is finished. So now the whole left side of the park is now actually already filled with a ride. I'm not sure how I'm going to fill up the other side. I might try to place some rides. Now the last thing, of course, what this coaster station needs is a nice themed station. So let me just build that very quick. Alright, there we go. I did not build the station. My girlfriend built the station for me. So let's continue. Okay, let's extend this path just a little bit longer. So I think I'm going to place one more ride, like sort of at the end of the park. I don't think I have any room. Maybe I can place one there. Okay, what ride are we going to place? Does a Ferris wheel fit here? No, since I have to think the coaster is actually going here, so it cannot be too high. I think maybe a top spin here can fit quite nice. There we go. And then we need one more ride actually at the end of the theme park right here. And then at the end, I think we're just going to place a jumper ride right here. So let's place the entrance and the exit, and let's connect this with the path. This is for these two rides, you're going to have to walk quite a long walk. As you can see, there's not a lot in between here. I might just place like a few stalls and a few trees, and I will be then back in just like a little bit. Boop de doop de doo. Alright, and there we go. That's now also the ending of the park now finished. It's a little bit less rides, but yeah, just do not have more room to actually fit more stuff in due, of course, the roller coaster. So we, of course, built, well, the first little area, which is more towards kids. Then we have like this water ride, which I am actually pretty happy with, a lot of a castle theme. Then we have, of course, the massive single wheel coaster with a station by my girlfriend. And then we just have some stalls here with some final rides at the end that I actually have to open still. But that does mean the straight line theme park is now finished. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I would suggest try to do this for yourself. See what you can create. It's actually a very fun challenge. You can maybe even make it 4 wide or 3 wide. It gets more difficult, of course, the more thinner you make it. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Only 5% is actually subscribed to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider it. And guys, I will say, as always, goodbye.